I've kind of just briefly browsed through a lot of the categories already, and I think there's a lot of controversy about it. Just by glancing at it, Expedition 33 is nominated for way too many things. The way they categorize indie games, it feels like anything that isn't AAA, they just push it to indie. And I think there should be a lot more distinction between like what counts and what doesn't. Best esports team, I'ma be real, I do not follow any of these besides Dota, and I'm surprised T1 is not here. I like that Crit finally won the TI, so I'm gonna vote for them. Best esports athletes, I do not know any single one of these guys besides Menard. I did watch Evo, mostly because Maximilian Dude streamed it, so I'm just gonna vote for him. I don't literally do not know anyone else here. Best esports game, Worlds was pretty cool. Like Worlds presentation every year is almost always cool. So I just vote for this, I guess. Content creator of the year. I've seen Burnt Peanut a little bit. Not really my humor, and he just plays a lot of FPS games. Sakura Miko, Hololive VTuber. Not exactly my cup of tea as well. Moist Critical, his gaming channel is the place to go if you want to search for games that are super obscure. Games that are not necessarily advertised, games that are not marketed. And then other people kind of find it through his channel and they play it as well, and that game kind of blows up. Kai Cenat, I think of him more as an IRL streamer or more of a desk streamer who like does just chatting stuff. His Elden Ring marathon was pretty cool. I don't really know what else he played. I don't really watch him. I think he's a little bit too loud for my taste. Kjol is the biggest League streamer in the world, the biggest MOBA streamer in the world. Primarily, he plays one game. He does play other games occasionally. But if I were to say just in terms of gaming, for my taste, it'll be Charlie. I would say Kai Cenat is probably gonna win, is because he is the most likely one to be there. Most anticipated game. Bro, I feel like this is the GTA awards until GTA actually comes out. Who knows, man? Next year, GTA is gonna delay another year so it can be nominated for this again and win again. Best adaptation. Game turned movie or game turned TV series. Until Dawn, never seen. Last of Us, I think season 1 was pretty good. Season 2, I didn't watch, so I don't know. Splinter Cell, didn't watch. Devil May Cry, I heard it was pretty good. Seen the trailers. Minecraft the movie. If I'm gonna be honest, I think this one's gonna win. If I had to vote, I'm voting for the MC. But I think Jack Black's gonna just pop up and be like, hey, I'm Ganondorf in Zelda next time. Best multiplayer. I haven't seen too many people playing Split Fiction compared to It Takes Two or A Way Out. If it's anything like their previous games, it's gonna be a good game regardless. Peak is probably my streaming game of the year to watch, because there's so much random shit happening. Fun to watch the chaos. Arc Raiders, it is flavor of the month, I guess that's what you call it. I don't know if it's a game that will have a lot of sustainability over time. It could. In terms of Battlefield 6, it had a pretty successful launch. A lot of people ditched Battlefield 6 just to play Arc Raiders. Elden Ring, Night Rain, I feel like it is more entertaining to play than watch. I think people consider this to be a friend slop game, but I hate that term. Friend slop game makes you sound like you're someone who has no friends. I could see either of these three winning it. I don't think Peak is gonna win, although I do hope Peak is gonna win. I'm gonna vote for Peak. Best sports and racing game. I just think sports games are this same game every year, just reskinned with new players in their new teams. People buy it anyway, so I'm not sure about the audience for that. I would vote for Mario Kart. It just sounds like the most fun game here. Best sim and strategy. Best game focused on real-time turn-based simulation strategy. Okay, so I haven't seen too many people play this. I did hear it's pretty good. Alters, do not know what this is. Why does this look like the dev team? Tempest Rising, I've seen one streamer play this, but not exactly my kind of game. Div 7, maybe I'm stuck in the old school mindset that I think old RTS games are a lot better than new RTS games, and there isn't much RTS to begin with anyway, so that's why they're grouping everything into a strategy category. I don't know if it captures that feeling that people are missing from their childhood, I guess. Jurassic World Evolution, I don't know shit about this. The only thing I know is tactics or tic-tacs. I'm voting for this. No questions asked. I am a huge Final Fantasy fanboy, so I am biased as hell. Best family game, either Split Fiction, Sonic Racing. I know nothing about this game. I haven't even seen people play this. Of course it's gonna be overshadowed by Mario Kart, right? Lego Voyagers, Lego Party is like Lego games that a lot of kids play, but I am not sure if it's like a family game. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think it is pretty wholesome that I've seen a father-son duo speedrunning this game, and that's like the only Donkey Kong Bonanza video I've seen. If I had to vote, it would probably be Mario Kart World, but it's kind of like when you're playing with your kids, you have to let them win. Because otherwise they're gonna throw a tantrum and they might eventually end up throwing the remote to the TV and breaking your TV. Best fighting game is gonna be Virtual Fighter 5, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, or 2XKO. The only new games I think are 2XKO and Fatal Fury, right? These are old arcade games compiled into collections. I just don't think it should be a thing where old games get nominated for new awards. But because there's not really a lot of fighting games being released, they kind of have to pad the category somehow, right? I hope that Fatal Fury wins. But I think 2XKO is gonna win because it's a Riot game, right? Best RPG, I don't think there's even a contest. Although I think this is one of the categories that it deserves to be nominated in, so I'm okay with voting for Expedition 33. I think Avowed was pretty good. KCD2, it's not my kind of game. Monster Hunter Wilds, nah. I don't even know if they optimized this game yet. It had negative reviews on Steam still. Don't know much of this game. Expedition 33. Best Action Adventure, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So puzzle solving as well, and that's why this counts, I guess. Indiana Jones, I heard great things about this, mostly about Troy Baker's voice acting as Indy, but haven't seen much about the gameplay. Besides that, it's very corny. Silk Song is definitely gonna take my vote in this. Ghost of Yotei, I think a lot of people have said that it is good but not great. It is not even close to Ghost of Tsushima level. Death Stranding, I don't think I'm a fan of Death Stranding 1's gameplay. I don't know much about 2, besides Norman Reedus yelling Pecco over and over again. Best action game, genre focused primarily on combat. I've heard great things about Shinobi. I wanted to play this game, didn't have the time, didn't have the money. Ninja Gaiden 4, heard and seen great things about this. Battlefield 6, Doom Dark Ages, I did not really hear good things about this game though. I heard that the sound sucks, I heard that the soundtrack sucks. I'm voting for Hades 2, one of my most played games this year. I think I have about 30-40 hours in this game. I think Battlefield 6 is gonna win just from the popularity alone. I hope that Hades wins. Best VR AR, aka games that made me puke. I will never play these games. I get motion sickness really easily, so this is a category I will skip. Best mobile game, here's this is my category. I love trashy gacha games. I did not know Destiny is a mobile game. What? Wait, this is not the Destiny that we know. This is Destiny Rising. What is Destiny Rising? Sonic Rumble? Don't know shit about this. Persona 5 Phantom X, I played this for a few months. I've even had a review video on my channel. It's alright. If you guys can't afford to buy Persona 5, or if y'all don't want to buy Persona 5 but y'all want to test out what Persona 5 feels like, this is the game to download. Wuthering Waves, I have played this probably, yeah, I played it the longest out of any gacha game here. It is definitely one of the top 3 gacha games. Uma Musume, I did not like this game at all. I called it an idol game and some people got mad. I'm not into idol culture. So that's already a big no-no for me. If you guys like this, you guys like this. It's just not for me. I would vote for Wuthering Waves. 4 games here? Oh, cause I read something about it. Megabunk withdrew their nominations because it was not their first release. This is one of those categories where I'm like, is Expedition 33 really an indie game at this point? I get it, it's made by a team with 30 people and it's outsourced to a whole lot of different people as well. Compared to something like this, what the fuck is this? Compared to Blueprints, if you nominate other games in this category, you would at least make those other games more known. At what point is a game too big to count as an indie game? At what point is a game too big for it to be nominated in a category like this that would just kind of make you look at any other game and be like, why would I even vote for anything else? I'm voting for Dispatch, bro. I just finished the game. It's fucking fantastic. I want them to do more. I want season 2 immediately. Voice acting was great. Story was great. Music I heard was great, but I didn't know because I played it on copyright-free mode. This is everything I want from an indie game. Not to take away anything from Sandfall Interactive, of course. This is also their debut release. But at what point does a game get too big to count as an indie game? Best independent game. Another one of this. It's like best indie game. It's the same thing. Absolone was great. Mostly I've just seen Maximilian Do play it. Don't have the money to get it myself because I've already spent on like multiple titles this year. Ball X-Bit, I have about 50-60 hours on this game. It is a game that if you look at it, you won't feel like it's that fun until you actually get into it. And when you get into it, it's gonna drain your time. Blueprints is more of a puzzle game, which I'm not super into puzzle games, I'm gonna be honest. So not exactly my cup of tea. Expedition 33, of course, everybody knows. Hades 2, probably one of the best action games this year. Silk Song as well is a sequel, right? I have some gripes with it, but it is still one of the best games I played this year. This is so hard not to pick Expedition 33 for everything that it is nominated in. I think Mega Bonk should be here as well. I'm voting for Ball X Pit just because I love the game. Expedition 33 is gonna win. Either that or Silk Song. Best community support. No Man's Sky, they repaired their image and they made it a lot better of a game than it was before. And with every update, they're just gonna make it bigger and bigger. However, I'm not too sure where the game is at now. Baldur's Gate 3, I think a lot of mods. Of course, people are just like constantly churning out mods for this game. Final Fantasy 14, last I heard, it wasn't really in that good of a spot. Dawn Trail, I think a lot of people didn't really enjoy it, but after that, I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with the game in a long ass time. Fortnite is probably the undisputed game. They freaking have K-pop Demon Hunters in there. They have Star Wars in. They have Simpsons in there. Best ongoing, awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. I don't necessarily think Fortnite enhances the player experience over time. No Man's Sky, probably one of the best. I don't think it's gonna win, but I'm gonna vote for Marvel Rivals because it is the newest game of the bunch. They're still releasing new characters. They're doing a lot for this game. Games for impact, for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I don't think I care for these games. I ain't ever gonna play. Why does she look like you wearing 2B's outfit? I don't know any of these games. I've never played it. Probably never gonna play it. Y'all like these games, y'all vote for it. So innovation in accessibility, recognizing software and hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, tech, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. I know nothing about this. Just by looking at all these games, that Assassin's Creed is gonna win because it is the biggest game in this category. Oh man, this is gonna be, oh man, just by looking at that, holy shit, it is gonna suck to vote on that. Best performance, awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and/or performance capture. Ben Starr, aka Verso, Charlie Cox, Gustav, Expedition 33, Erika Ishii, Ghost of Yote. The female protagonist, I don't play the game, so I don't know. Jennifer English, Mael, Expedition 33, Panasukato, the protagonist, of course. Troy Baker, the clown dude, clown guitar dude from... no, it's Indiana Jones. I thought it was for Death Stranding. I don't know why they split it into actors instead of an entire crew. They could have just said the voice acting crew for Expedition 33, the voice acting crew for Silent Hill F, even though there's a majority, only one person, but yeah. Instead of just having half of the nominations be dominated by one single game. Why is Andy Serkis not in this? Renoir from Expedition 33. Why aren't any of the Dispatch crew in this? Laura Bailey, Invisigal, probably one of the best. Aaron Paul, Robert Robertson. What? So many good voice acting performances that aren't in here. If I had to pick one, it would be Andy Serkis. His performance in Expedition 33 as like the pained father who was afraid of losing his daughter after already losing another son. Goddamn. Just looking at this list, I don't think Gustav was in it long enough, even though he was a very vital part of the game. Ben Starr, of course, is amazing. If I had to pick, I'm gonna pick him. Mael is also amazing though. That's the thing. Shit. I don't know. I like Ben Starr. I'm voting for Ben Starr. Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Usually when I see audio design and I see Silent Hill, it is typically Silent Hill. Ghost of Yote, I don't know that much. I'm not super familiar with it. Death Stranding, I think oftentimes it relies on the soundtrack, but I can't say for sure. Expedition 33, I think it is a very generic fantasy world kind of audio design though. I don't necessarily think it is outstanding in any way. Battlefield 6, you gotta have really good sound design for FPS games to work, and this is one of the best FPS games. I would say it is probably between Battlefield 6 and Silent Hill F. I've heard a lot of people say that Battlefield deserves to be here and Arc Raiders also deserves to be here, right? The only problem is they used AI. That impacted the way people view the whole game's audio. You gotta cut costs sometimes, right? If you can't make the budget, then you gotta cut corners some ways just to get the game out. I understand where they're coming from with that. At the same time, it's also kind of just taking jobs away from people who know their shit. It also kind of just fucks over people who have been working on the game. It is a really unfortunate situation, but you reap what you sow, right? Best score and music. Leveled up by sport. Regardless of how much I love Silk Song's soundtrack, I liked Hades. I haven't heard much of these two, but Woodkid though. Woodkid is really nice. I would still say Expedition 33, dude. It's a dude they plucked from SoundCloud, and he just went on to make one of the best soundtracks in recent video game memory. Best art direction. I think Expedition 33's art is very creepy in some ways. It is a game based on you killing a baddie called the Paintress. Death Stranding, I'm not too sure about that. Ghost of Yotei, I heard is good but not great again. Hades 2, more or less similar to Hades 1. Silk Song, for me, is another level compared to the original Hollow Knight. I would vote for Silk Song, despite the fact that I love Expedition 33. I can't wait to see what they do for the sequel. I love Silk Song a lot more in terms of the art, and the world they crafted around it is just insane. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Most of these games are insane, right? I don't know shit about this, and I don't really know that much about this. I think Silent Hill F, the only problem is you have to play through the game so many times to get the full scope of it. If the combat wasn't so shitty, then I guess a lot of people would be more inclined to finish the entire game. Expedition 33 made me cry, man. There is no way I'm not voting for this. It is an amazing story that hooked you from the moment you launched the game. I've seen people say they launched the game and they closed it in 2 hours because it's too boring. Go fuck yourself. How about you go play point and clicky hit games? Best game direction. Award for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Again, very hard not to vote for Expedition 33. They might give it to something else just because people keep voting for Expedition 33. It's just gonna win everything. But I would still just vote for Expedition 33, bro. It's game direction. I don't think any of these games are more innovative than this one was. To just take the turn-based style combat, which has been in gaming for decades upon decades at this point, and just turn it into a Souls-like almost kind of situation where you need to dodge and parry everything. This is the kind of shit that you would see other companies start copying. Meanwhile, what other aspects of these games are other companies gonna be copying? I can't really think of any. If you can think of it, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Game of the year. If you've seen my past videos, I have always guessed Expedition 33 is gonna be here. I said that Hades 2 was gonna be here. I have said that Silk Song was gonna be here. And I've kinda guessed that Death Stranding 2 was gonna be here. These 4 games have always been in my list, and I'm glad they all showed up. I don't know about Donkey Kong Bonanza. For Nintendo diehards, it might be. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I have mentioned that this was one of the better soundtracks. I have played a little bit of this, but I didn't like it as much. Just being honest, it's not my kind of game. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I don't know too many people in my life who own a Switch 2 just because it's so fucking expensive, as well as the games being so fucking expensive. I'm voting for Expedition 33. This is my game of the year, and I've been saying that since the moment I finished this game. It is a game that doesn't really make you feel like you're wasting your time because you could just blast through the story in an instant. You could also go through the hidden bosses. You can go through a lot of different things that they hid on the map itself. These two are equal. One has a lot more repetitive grinds with like different weapons and different combinations of gods and everything, all power-ups. And this one is just a ton of exploration. You're gonna need to explore so much. There's so much to do in this game. And there's probably so much more hidden stuff as well that people are still discovering to this day. The love and care that they put into a game like this to make it worthy of being a Hollow Knight sequel is just insane. If Expedition 33 doesn't win, I would give it to Silk Song in a heartbeat. But ultimately, Expedition 33 exists, so I'm gonna have to give it to Expedition 33. That's just my 2 cents. Amazing art, amazing soundtrack, amazing voice acting, amazing story. Might be glazing this too hard, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna win, and that's my game of the year, Expedition 33. When the Game Awards starts, I'm gonna try to stream it, so hopefully if you guys aren't tuning into any big streamers, hop into my channel for a nice relaxing time where I drink coffee and try not to die, because I think it starts at around 7 AM for me. You're looking at all these games coming out this year. Everyone has something they can enjoy. Everyone has something that they loved. This is a fantastic year for gaming. Holy shit, we got so many good games and so little time to play it and so little money to spend on it. That is like my only gripe. If I had more time, if I had more money, I would fucking play every single thing in this award show. But ultimately, awards don't really matter. Awards are just for the fandoms to, you know, jerk themselves off at how popular their game is and how well received their game is. If you like the game, it really doesn't fucking matter what they win. As long as you have fun with it, it is how you feel, and no one can take that away from you. I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. I will see you when I see you.